You know, I love a good ghost story. And don't get me wrong, there's some things I hear I don't believe. And yet, Brother Ketchum, there's some things I hear that I do believe. Every one of us here at one time or another has had one. There's some hints and some stories I believe. There's some things I just don't believe. Oh, y'all don't hear me? There's some things that done happen to me that no matter how many scientific books I look through, I can't find now one answer. But I don't know about you, but this is one tale from the Crypt that I do believe. Oh, I like to be entertained when I turn on TV and I watch stories about vampires, werewolves, zombies, and Frankenstein, all that kind of stuff, mummies and all that. I enjoy them tales. But I realize them ain't nothing, Sister Anderson, but some tales. Amen? But if there's one story of rising from the dead, I believe, is Jesus Christ. Now many folk done been raised from the dead. When Elisha stretched out upon the Shunammite child and breathed back into him the breath of life, and he picked the child up. After the child sneezed 7 times, 7 being God's number, and handed a child that was once dead but then back alive unto his mother. There's some tales I believe. I believe when Jesus stood at the grave of Lazarus and called Lazarus by name, and Lazarus being dead 3 days, came forth out of the grave, still bound up in his funeral clothes. And said, take them things off and he ain't dead no more. But there's one thing I found out, Brother Fazell, is everyone that's been raised up had to go back down again. But this tale I'm telling you today is about a man who went down, came back up, and ain't got to go down no more. He who rose up from the dead took the sting from death, clipped it to his belt, took the victory from the grave, and gave it to each and every one of us. Yeah, I got some good news this morning about a tale from the Crypt. My brothers and my sisters, not only is it a tale of resurrection of one, but it's a tale of resurrection for all. My brothers and my sisters, they tell me that after a little while, the women just wouldn't let up off the men, and the men had to go see for themselves. And they saw the grave for themselves, laid out empty. They had to see the funeral clothes, laid there at the foot of the stone for themselves. Sometimes, my brothers and sisters, you just got to see it take my rest from all the problems of this life. I'm gonna take my rest. I'm gonna keep on fighting the good fight. I'm gonna stay on my course. I'm not gonna turn around. I'm sure enough not gonna put it down. But I'm gonna keep on till my dying day. Sometimes lie on, sometimes talk about, sometimes hold everything. But a child of God, but I'm gonna keep on till I take my rest. I'm gonna keep on doing God's will. Keep on fighting for the Lord. Till someday, when He calls my name, are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? For your name, the door is open.